Can wild, just wild stuff. Welcome to Mixtape Monday. I'm Annabelle. I'm a tarot practitioner and psychic for over 35 years. 35. In this video, we're going to address some of your questions, but I'm also going to tease a few other things. First of all, I was recently turned on to the Backyard Professor, another YouTuber, has 56,000 subs. Great content. This guy is talking about an alien invasion that is about to happen either tomorrow, December 3rd, or December 4th. I just saw episode 69. Not kidding. I'm going to watch that after I record this. But in the first video, and I'll link both of those in the description of this video because I think it's important for you guys to see my source material and see the source material that he's working with. But essentially what happened, there was something called WebBot in 2009, and they programmed WebBot to take the temperature of things that are going to go on. So basically it's an AI prophecy machine, kind of, but it's based on the information that was already in the internet. That predicted, mind you, in 2009, that there was going to be a trigger event, and 39 days later, there was going to be an alien thing go on in the sky, possibly UFOs or UAPs, whatever you refer them to. Now they're calling them drones. Having some kind of a conflict in the skies over us. Possibly our military will get involved. Could be the fireworks we've all been waiting for. This is our December surprise here on planet Earth. But those of you who watch my channel for any length of time, you know I am very keen on Project Bluebeam. Is this a Project Bluebeam situation? It may well be. We're going to talk about it in this. We're going to talk about it more in another video. So we're just going to give you a little teaser in this. I'm also going to do a Cyber Monday sale. I will launch that up independently a little bit later. So it's going to be a really amazing sale for you guys. I think everybody will be really happy with it. And it's going to be, I'm going to have limited availability. So that should be pretty cool. But we're going to talk about some of the questions that you guys had. It's great to be back. It is freezing cold in New Jersey. Was 11 degrees in the neighboring town when I got up today. So super cold. It was 16 degrees when I got up here, hence my hat and my bundly boo situation going on here. So let's jump right into it. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. I don't want to keep my intro too crazy, so we'll bring up the card view and get going. Let's make some predictions. So the first one we are going to tackle is the Ellen DeGeneres situation. So, you know, I did a video about Ellen taking off to England, moving over to England. There's a whole discussion about whether or not she did this because she was leaving because of Donald Trump. And I did say that she did not leave because of Donald Trump. She left because she is trying to course correct her career, which I think is fine. She's taking some time off, a la Amber Heard. We all remember her, right? So there is some discussion that her home in the Cotswold, all 43 acres, is underwater due to flooding. What happened was, I guess the levee broke on, I don't know if they call it a levee, on the Thames, and it has flooded the Cotswold. The pictures are really devastating. So these smaller homes, I saw one shot of them. It looks like a neighborhood. It's absolutely terrible what we're looking at. So, but Ellen has, there was a story that her entire property was underwater. I think the Sidley twins were talking about it. Everyone's like karma, karma, karma. I don't think that that's what's going on. I think Ellen has said her entire property is not underwater. She said it on Instagram. Let's see what's going on. Let's see. Flooded or not flooded? Fun fact. Oh, Seven of Swords. Let's hang on to that one. Fun fact, she paid 2.5 million over the asking price for it. Eight of Pentacles, Four of Wands in reverse, the Tower in reverse, the Knight of Cups in reverse, Two of Pentacles. This is very strange. Huh. The Seven of Swords. So if this property is indeed 43 acres, I don't think that all of it is flooded. I think the PR, the expression that all of the property is flooded, I don't think came from her. I don't think that authoritative people have been out to the property yet, if that makes sense. There are areas that are far worse hit by people of less means, and they've got the officials are taking care of that business, which I think is somewhat of what Ellen is alluding to in that Instagram post, is that it's not that bad. If there is indeed flooding, it's not that bad, and there are other people that need to get that attention. So in this sense, she is not the Seven of Swords, Shady McShadester here. She is kind of pointing out that there are maybe misdirected attention given to it's a celebrity rich area. It is a noble rich area. I believe that Princess Anne has a place there as well. Famously, the Beckhams do. I think that Tom Cruise also has a place there, if I'm not correct. If I'm correct, a lot of celebrities have a place there. So, fun fact, I just found out America Ferrara just moved to England as well. Essentially for political reasons, is my understanding. So the work that needs to be done is not that bad. So is there stuff that needs to be done for Ellen's property, Ellen and Portia's property? Yes, but I think it's not something that they have to address right away. I think it's the land is a little bit wet. I know that sounds terrible, but I think like the land, like the water is encroached on some of the land there. And that's about it. It's really, a wait and see kind of situation. Not a crisis. Does she have control over the situation at this point? Yes, I do believe that she does. I think there's a lot of control over that situation. And I think that there is some instinct on her part or Portia's part to extend themselves to the surrounding community, but they're hemming and hawing about whether or not that's a good idea. Because they're so new, they're so fresh there. I don't think that they want to go over there and seem overly eager to establish themselves as good neighbors. Good fences make good neighbors. So I think there is a bit of a struggle there. She did. It is 20 years since they started their relationship. They're experiencing a 20-year anniversary. And I think really the focus is more on that. There is some expectation of kind of taking some time off from there. Ellen said in her post, in her anniversary post, she was looking forward to their first snowy Christmas together. But now I think that they're going to kind of get out of Dodge. I think they're going to go to warmer climates for just a little bit while all this flooding works itself out. Ellen and Portia are both positioned that they can kind of walk away from the situation and let their hired people, property managers, deal with it. You don't have a 43-acre estate and property, possibly farmlands, unless you have a caretaker. So is this going to put them off living in England? Is it going to put them off living in England? 10 of Wands. It may present this particular property being a lot of work and involvement. It may present that. My aunt and uncle had bought a farm at one point, and my aunt had having had a small farm myself, and having a commercial kennel that I rented space out of that was on a larger farm. I can tell you the farm life is not as easy as everyone thinks it is. It's not as bucolic and beautiful as everyone thinks it is. And my aunt, after they bought the house, they came for a visit, and she said, "There's poop everywhere." And I was like, "Well, that's what happens when you have farm animals. There's poop everywhere." It's just part of being in a farm. There's a usage for it, but it's part of being in a farm. So I think this property may present as a bit more labor intensive than they had expected. I think there was an expectation that they were going to have there. And apparently Ellen has taken up gardening. Good for her. Best place in the world to garden, England, in my opinion. Soil is rich. They don't get a lot of sun, but you get a lovely greenhouse. So that is the whole Ellen thing. We'll revisit. Let's talk about Hunter Biden and his pardon. So those of you that are not in the United States, I actually want to take this deck out. What is going on is when a president leaves office, they are allowed to pardon some individuals. So we will see Jared Kushner's father was famously pardoned by Trump when he exited the office. And it is a tradition. The idea is that you are going to take care of business and let some people go that maybe have already done their time, kind of like, governors commuting sentences. So there is an option to commute sentences. Sorry, my phone is ringing. But Joe Biden didn't take that option. What Joe Biden did was he pardoned his son for the time frame of when he worked at Burisma moving forward. So the whole employment of Hunter at Burisma is dubious and questionable to the nth, because he had no experience in working on a board at an energy company. So is Hunter truly going to get pardoned? There was this charge, the pew pew pew. He had falsified the documents before he had gotten that particular apparatus, and that was what he got in trouble with. In fact, I just saw an article that the bag that he kept the apparatus, pew pew pew, it actually tested positive for the cocaine. So clearly not someone who should have a firearm. There's also a case in California for federal tax evasion that has not yet started. My psychic opinion, I knew that he was going to plea bargain that. He was going to get out of that particular situation by just saying, I want to cut a deal. Reason for him cutting the deal on that one is because they would be nosing around in everybody's bank accounts trying to find out where the money went. And so the entire apparatus of the Biden grime family, because they are pretty grimy, the whole apparatus would be exposed. So are we going to see Hunter walk totally scot-free for that duration of time? Is he going to walk? 3 of Pentacles in reverse, the 2 of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, King of Pentacles. I think this may stick. I think Hunter may not have to do anything that would be uncomfortable or inconvenient and may interfere with parenting time for the one child that he's really involved with. He has several children, but we all know London Roberts. I think he finally does have some kind of relationship with that kid. Who knows? London Roberts was the young lady that had his baby during the whole campaign, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't think that he is going to see any time as a result of this. I don't think this is something that can be undone. Let's put it that way. I think the stigma of being this kind of individual really does omit him from polite and political society. I think he winds up, he's going to have to live off what he's got now. And he's going to have to invest that and make sure that it lasts for the remainder of his life, because I don't think that we'll see him. No more of this artwork for $500,000. We're not going to see artwork for $500,000 anymore. Can he escape himself and the reputation that he has created? Absolutely not. There's no escaping that. He's going to get a lot of cold shoulders in the political sphere, which he likes being a part of that. He is a little rock star in that world, unfortunately, just by design, not by merit. Down here, the devil. Yeah, the devil. What is the devil all about? The devil is all about pleasing oneself and doing things to make oneself feel good or enhanced. I think this is substance issues that are going to lie underneath the surface, but they're gonna show up. Are we gonna go? I do think he's gonna hit the bottle a little bit more. This is a celebration of getting out of Dodge, getting out of the frying pan and warming oneself by the fire, so to speak. I think that he is going to absolutely get his boogie on over the next few weeks. I think drinking is going to become an issue for him. I'm just pointing everyone in that direction. I think I don't think that he is historically a big drinker, but I think that it's an easy route to go right now. I do have some concerns about taking prescriptions. I have some concerns because I think he's going to take prescriptions and continue to drink. So I would keep an eye on him, people around Hunter Biden. He is not, I want to stress, I don't think that he's sad and depressed and he's going to take himself off the earth plane or anything like that. But I do think that he is going to be celebrating because once again, he's gotten away with something. So I think he is going to have a little bit too much happy time as a result of that. So let's see what happens with him in the near future. So not too cool. I will probably do another video on that, just Hunter Biden's future. So let's see what else we've got. So we have a bunch of questions from Sylvia's daughter, super fan over here on the channel. Sylvia's daughter is always in the chat. So number of questions. How is Johnny doing? Our Johnny Depp. Let's take a look at Johnny Depp real quick. Oh, that's exciting. So there is going to be, and I actually just saw an article. Oh, what is that all about? I just saw an article with Tim Burton saying that never say never about him and Johnny Depp doing a collab again, doing something together. This Tower card is something that's going to shake us all up. Now, how is Johnny Depp going to shake us up with his work? Because he's played every role from Nightmare on Elm Street to who did he play in the historical fiction or historical I don't know if it's a biop. He played somebody from the French court. prior to the revolution. I don't know enough about it. So, but he's done that. He did Gilbert Grape. He's profoundly talented. I think we all agree on that, and profoundly adorable. So they are going to do something very, very different with a role and him. That is what we have here with this Tower card and the Sun card. There's something very radical that is going to be offered to him that's going to make him very excited. He is not going to take a huge paycheck for it, though. So is this Captain Jack Sparrow coming back? Perhaps they're going to give him some creative control over that particular character. Let's see. Queen of Wands. No, he's being offered a vehicle. He's being offered a vehicle that they're going to let him kind of design it himself. Like it's almost like an actor's movie for actors. This is very interesting. It's going to take some convincing because he doesn't trust the party that's offering it. He doesn't trust Hollywood after what happened with Disney. The way that they all moved so quickly away from him after the accusation, Amber Heard's accusation, of course, that he just doesn't really trust anyone. He always is looking at the ulterior motive. He would love to get involved, but he is and instinctually he wants to jump on it because he does want to get involved in a project where he has more agency, where he can, I don't want to say resurrect his reputation or phoenix out his reputation, but it's almost like he wants to prove himself that he's just not this, dumb actor who's just kind of doing his thing. I do like that he stopped talking about politics. He mentioned very briefly about Donald Trump. It wasn't about Donald Trump, but he said, I was wondering the last time an actor tried to a president, and that kind of fell flat with me. I didn't think that was a really cool thing to say. So doesn't really make a whole lot of sense for him to be chiming in on politics. But I think after the whole Amber Heard thing, maybe he has a newfound respect for people talking smack about people. His judgment on this particular situation, again, stressing that this is going to be an offer for a vehicle for him that he will have a lot of agency over. I don't feel like it's a directorial situation. I do think he's going to be in front of the camera as well, but I think he's going to, and it's not like a producer, like he's really going to be kind of the brains behind it. They're giving him a seed and he's got to turn it into something else. But from an actor's perspective, it's very hard for me to kind of explain it. I don't think that the plan is very solid right now. I think it's a very loose plan. They're kind of throwing, and some ideas like are written on a napkin and handed to somebody at a cocktail party, and hey, what if we did this? Famously, that is Stephen King's kind of creative process. What if there was a dog that got bit by a bat that was actually some kind of demon from another space time? So the whole what if factor. I think this was a what if factor. Someone handed him this and said, what if we did this? So I think interesting things. I think we're going to see some interesting stuff. Again, if we don't have an alien invasion tomorrow, December 3rd or December 4th. So again, another video will be on that. So teasing. And if you are a member, I want to remind you, tomorrow we will be doing our reading giveaway. So you got to be in the video. You got to be in the live to win it. So if you want to become a member, you too can be eligible for a free private reading with me. So now we are going to move on to the Harkles and the Markles and Crazy Legs Harry. So let's go from here. Are the extended Markles, Dad, Sam, and Thomas Jr. in on all of this? Are they in on the behavior of Harry and Meghan? Are they in on it? Okay, 10 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles. I'm putting that right in the middle because I don't think they all are. So we're going to put this off to the side. Is Thomas in on the whole ruse with the Markles? We're talking about Thomas Sr., Daddy-O. Queen of Wands. I don't think so. Is Sam a part of it? Queen of Cups. This is a yes. Is Thomas Jr. in on it? 2 of Swords. I don't think that he is. So let's take a closer look at Samantha. Let's take a closer look at Samantha. Samantha actually worked in the entertainment industry. She did do some parts, some acting parts. So is she in on this whole thing? Queen of Wands, 2 of Pentacles, 6 of Wands, Magician. So I think that this is her moment in time. This is her getting to rub elbows with the likes of like Dan Wooten and all those other characters out there. She gets some attention thrown on her, some facsimile of the success and fame that she wanted for herself. She does have some of that with this. And she does look at it as a catalyst to possibly have new revenue streams. Will she? No. I think the fuse is almost out at this point. I think really there's so much Harkle fatigue, myself included. I have a ton of Harkle fatigue. I just think that this does not bring her the type of success that she expected, that she wanted. We just don't have the tools and the skills to make this happen. Moving forward, she kind of becomes infamous. And to be sure, disclaimer, I like Sam. I think Samantha is a very interesting character. I think it's very interesting that both girls changed their name. Megan from Rachel to Megan, and Samantha from Yvonne to Samantha. I think it's very interesting that they both changed their names. And that tells me that there's a lot of the same baseline in the two of them. Samantha was an actress. Samantha is a degreed psychologist. I don't know if that's her, what she styles herself, but she has a master's degree. She's, quite accomplished and bright academically. Megan purports to be academically very successful and insanely smart. Don't forget that. So I think that some of this that we're seeing with Sam are they in on it? Are they talking with Megan? Are they, colluding and plotting with Megan? Is Sam doing that specifically? Oh, that 9 of Cups is interesting. That 9 of Cups is interesting. What is her wish? The 2 of Wands, the 2 of Cups. King of Pentacles, Six of Swords. I do think that this was hitching her cart. And again, forgive me if you are a Samantha Markle fan, but I think this was a hitching her cart to the whole Megan situation. We don't hear anything from the Raglins. The Raglins are very, very quiet about all this. It is just Thomas, Samantha, and Tom Jr. that we hear this about. So I do think that there is a little bit of hitching the cart there, to try and get that adulation, try and get people over to her side. Believe me, believe me. Now, that's not to say that she was not criticized publicly by Megan. I do think that she was. I think Megan kind of forced them into, showing up. But I think we've got equal players here. Is this going to give Samantha tons and tons of money to put in her pocket? No, absolutely not. Do we move out of this situation? Do we move out of, this poverty kind of mentality? No. Do we ever end this? No. These are going to be brawling sisters till the end of time. That's what we're going to see. We're not going to see. So are they in discussion? No. But is Samantha in particular in on the infamy? Absolutely. Yes. So let's move on to the next question. Is Harry trying to squash our freedom of speech rights on behalf of the crown? So layered question there. Is he trying to ruin our freedom of speech rights on behalf of the crown? Six of Wands, that would be a yes. Does the crown know that? The Six of Pentacles. Both cards are stability. Both cards are stability. There is some connection there. There is some connection there. The cards are undeniable. Undeniable. What is the goal with silencing freedom of speech? Get rid of the internet. What is the goal? Three of Cups. The devil may play. Four of Pentacles, but it stays quiet and slow the information down. One of the interesting things that we were talking about the election, and the United States election happens on the first Tuesday in November, and then the president does not take office until January 20th, Inauguration Day. The reason for that, and I looked this up with my good friend Debbie from Tarot and Pause, the reason for that is because the country is so huge. And historically, it would take time for the president-elect to move across the country and set up shop in the White House. So that's why we have this big gap. Other countries, they have their election, and immediately that president or prime minister or what have you is chairman is immediately put into that position of power. This endeavor is to slow the spread of information. So the internet's a great thing. Like we've got lightning fast speeds of information that get out there. Things happen and everyone knows about it nearly in real time. If your computer is not pinging you, your phone is pinging you. This is to stop the spread of that information, slow that information down so that the things that are happening with the deep state, with the people out there, with the Pentaveret, thank you, Mike Myers, the Colonel, the Gettys, the Rothschilds. So this is to allow them to do as they do, keep it under wraps, and not have that information get out. So I think, with this whole alien business that we're going to be talking about, I think that that's important, because if you get information out there, people will act crazy. They will go bananas. So moving on, what dirty tricks are the Democrats planning? What dirty tricks are the Democrats planning? I'm going to be honest. I think at this point, they're kind of laying down. Oh! I was going to say, they're kind of laying down to die. There is not a card in the deck that doesn't say that more clearly. They're just going to lay down and die. 5 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles. They're keeping it under wraps for now. 2 of Wands. They're trying to find their prom queen for the next one. And I do think it might be a prom queen. When we're talking about dirty tricks, we got to pull out the True Crime and Conspiracy deck. This will be out for my alien video too. Alien invasion. Everybody sing it. Hope you got food at home, guys. Because if there's aliens being broadcast into the sky, you might need to snack on stuff at home. So, all right, what do we got? War. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again. Sing it, guys. War. So that is what we're planning. But from whence? Boat over the ocean. We're going to have some things over the ocean. Digital evidence. Let's go. Legal proceedings. And I dropped a card on the floor. Sloppy shuffle. For loyalty, we got a loyal dog there. Look at that cute little golden retriever with his trimmed ears. So, all right. War, boat, ships. I am going to say this. I think we're going to see something happen over the water. It's going to be a little bit of a sky fight, a little Battle of Los Angeles, but we'll call it Battle of Atlantis. I think we're going to see something like that. Let's see if we get anything else with Alicia's deck. Oh, I've been talking about that for a while, guys. Unseen danger. A lot of water here, kids. If you remember, Alicia Wicker has been talking about the water a lot. She's been talking about the water. So I'm going to have to give my friend a call today. Honest politician's going to come up. He's going to clean it up. So I think this situation that we have brewing over the next couple of days, I think we are going to see something happen. Is it going to be real? Is it going to be real? You know, War of the Worlds, not the movie, the radio show, was very upsetting to a lot of people. Are we going to see this war? Tower. Something that happens to us. 4 of Cups. Time for action. But the Emperor is no longer in control. Negotiation is going to be key. Get in there, Donald Trump. Page of Pentacles, new start. So, you know, this, if we are going to see some aliens showing up, if we're going to have a little sky war going on, I think we're going to get some interesting things. So let's save some of that for my standalone video, which I will be recording right after this, right after I load this video up. So to answer short form, what dirty tricks are the Democrats planning? I think we're going to have a little fun war. Not that any war is fun, but I don't know if it's going to be real. We'll look at that in the next video. Will Melania live in the White House? We're still doing Sylvia's daughter's question because there was a whole stack of them. Will Melania live in the White House? Oh, crossroads. She's going to be living in 2 different places at the same time. So, and I think she did this the last time. I don't think she moved in right away. I think Barron was finishing up school. Barron's going to school in New York. So I think maybe it makes more sense for her to be up there and be a support to her son. So I think she's gonna live both places, crossroads. That's our answer. So is Karen Reed innocent? I hate to say it. I don't know who Karen Reed is. So I'm going to pause this and look her up. Okay, it just took me a second. I just had to be reminded. Karen Reed is the woman who was dating a police officer, and somehow that police officer wound up off the earth plane on the front lawn of somebody's house, and she possibly was the person who did it. Let's go to the pendulum. Did Karen Reed intentionally run over her boyfriend? Oh boy. That went to yes right away. Was she in a rage? That is a maybe. Was she inebriated? Maybe. That means tipsy. All right. So, will she be convicted of taking him off the earth plane? Will she be convicted? I'm getting a maybe. So that wide swing there, when you get that wide swing, it really is just, not ready to answer yet. So there may be something going on. Let me just see real quick. Ba, 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 ba. Where are they? So 57 minutes ago, Karen Reed, prosecutors can't have parents' phone records. So, prosecutor Karen Reed's calls to her parents suggest she knew what she had done. So, interesting. What a shame. Terrible situation. So, we will move on to the last 2 questions, and then I'm going to end this video because I do want to get to that alien one. I also have a Dr. Oz video that I want to do, and a Diddy escape plan video, which I think is going to be for members only. So if you're not a member, go ahead over and join the membership. So let's talk about Amber Heard and Elon Musk. And we're going to pull out the Cosmo Tarot. And I am going to use the pendulum for this too, because I have never gotten a good answer on this. Is Elon the father of Amber's daughter? We'll ease into the bathtub on this one. Did Amber want to have a baby with Elon when they were dating? Absolutely. 9 of Pentacles. That would have been her favorite. So one of the things about Amber Heard, I know she purports to be a big reader and she's very smart. I don't think that she's very, very smart. I think she's an average intelligence. Elon needs something a lot smarter. So yes, she did want to have his baby, and she behaved very recklessly. Ace of Wands, Strength in reverse, 6 of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. So that Ace of Swords is, and now keep in mind, this is, did she ask to have his child? Did she ask about that? It was a request of generosity. Yes, she did. Did she want to get pregnant? That's a curious question. I don't think that she did. I think she wanted to continue with her life as it was, not impede any acting gigs, anything like that. I don't think she wanted to get pregnant. And I think that is why she probably needed him. Hey, I really want to have a baby, but I want to, do this scientifically. I want to make sure everything goes right. I want to not impede my ability to work and earn, et cetera, et cetera. And I think, yes, the request was not get me pregnant, baby. It was, I want to have a baby in vitro. I want to get a surrogate. And I think he did facilitate that. So did Elon facilitate the surrogacy for her? Did he facilitate that? Absolutely. That is a big fat yes. Here's a big question, guys. Is he supporting her? Eight of Pentacles. She can't work. Knight of Pentacles. Yes. Six of Cups. Nine of Swords. Yes. He is supporting her. Not entirely, but he's lending some support to her. So that is where we lead to this one. Okay. Is the sky blue? Yes. Do giraffes have long necks? Yes. Is Ronald Reagan still living? No. It's so wild how it changes direction, isn't it? Here's the big question. We're going to finish up on this. Is Elon Musk the father of Amber Heard's child? Is Elon Musk the biological father of Amber Heard's child? I guess we can call it a day, guys. So that was fun. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I am gonna have to put the fireplace on before my next video because I'm freezing down here. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you for supporting my channel. Again, I give away an hour reading to my tarot masters, and I give away a half-hour reading every month to my tarot enthusiasts. So if you want to get in on the goods, possibly get a free reading from me, consider becoming a member. Thank you so much. I will see you guys a little bit later, and I'm going to try and carve out a couple of lives for everyone this week. But tomorrow I have my live for the giveaway, and stay tuned for all these crazy videos that I'm going to do. I will see you later in the future.